Overwatch Classic is here, but with it comes the mid-season for Season 13 and a big balance patch. I say big, it's just a couple of changes and a couple of actually really nice quality of life things that we're going to get into. We'll just go right into it. So, guys, Rocket Punch, angle required for wall slam increased. If you don't know what this means, a lot of times you would punch on Doom and they would hit a wall, but you have to beat a certain angle for it to actually calculate it as a hit and stun them properly. And very often you would get what they like to call sliders, where they'll just whoop and just not interact with the wall at all. Means it's going to happen less often, which is very, very good, which is extremely good. Nice quality of life change. It won't make him any powerful or any more powerful, but this is really nice. Now, Meteor Strike, its ult cost was reduced, so that's pretty whatever. But his healing per second while in the air was increased, so that means he can better capitalize on his advantages more and not have to always wait up in the air forever before coming back down. I think it's nice. I don't know how much place in the meta Doom has, but these are both fine. Although 90 per second is a lot for Meteor Strike. That is like a majority of his health bar if you wait out the whole thing. But I think these are both fine. Junker Queen, she's not the most played, but Junker Queen is a top performing tank. I believe it. I think Junker Queen is like really sleeper good right now. If the meta wasn't like it was, I think Junker Queen would be taking over. So one, making Jagged Blade smaller actually adds a little more skill to the ability, which is not a bad thing in my opinion. It's not that much of a sizable nerf. And the Adrenaline Rush wound self-healing being decreased a little bit. Also, I think this is perfectly fine. When you really step back and think about it, 2.5 is insanely good. So getting rid of some of that sustain is okay in the long run, especially for whenever she kind of creeps back in the meta or other things kind of take a step back from it as well. Mauga has been underperforming because I think he's been pretty bad recently, but they're putting more power into Overrun, so its cooldown was reduced. This is going to let him check angles more and actually be a little more aggressive, especially with a charge movement speed. So Mauga is actually going to be able to use Overrun in a lot more varied, flexible ways and not have to hard commit as much to the things he does. Yeah, I think this is fine. It's a fine way to get Mauga. He's more engaging if you're running all the time. But at the same time, when you are unstoppable and you have damage reduction on your run, probably not super fun to play into. So my gut tells me this is going to be okay. But there could be a world where Mauga is just really annoying. I could totally see the cooldown reduction or being reduced. Maybe the charge movement speed stays. The cooldown being reverted is what I mean. If it seems like Mauga is frustrating, not even necessarily like super good per se. Hanzo. So Hanzo, the fully charged time has decreased, so he's a little better in that regard. His DPS fire rate gets to go up, which is good for him. But also, Dragon Strike, and they put this in here weirdly. Dragon Strike now damages enemy buildable objects. So, does this matter for most things? No. But you want to know what it does matter for? Lamp. So, I think this is actually a really good quality of life thing as well. But this is a really relevant change. Grav Dragon is back, baby. I doubt it. I don't think Hanzo and Zarya work in comps together like that. But, yeah, this is good. I think this is a good way to buff the ults without it. It's not even really a buff. It's honestly more of a quality of life change. But I think it's fine. I have no problem with this. I know a lot of people wanted this for a while, so it's okay. I have no problems with it. Also, Junkrat getting a random nerf as well. Concussion Mine cooldown was increased just because they want the frequency of Junkrat's lethality to be lower. Even though he's not particularly good right now, I don't think. I'll never say no to a Junkrat nerf, I'm not going to lie. So that is perfectly fine. Reaper actually getting toned down a little bit. Lifesteal coming down. I think Reaper has been a really good ladder pick. So this, again, is perfectly fine. And when you have less lifesteal, then you're actually less incentivized to shoot the big squishy target in front of you because you get less reward from it. So it might be a little better to try and shoot other things. Kind of. I don't know if it really will translate to that. I think you're just going to be Reaper nerf. And you know what? This is fine. I think this is a fine way to nerf Reaper if they really think he's that much of a problem. Tracer, recall, cooldown reduced from 13 to 12. This is a nothing change. Whatever. Who cares? Tracer's better. There's no problem with Tracer being good, but I don't think this is going to change anything. Okay, sure, whatever. Okay, so here's actually, I think, a pretty big one. Damage and healing increase from 70 to 75 for Biotic Rifle. Not only does this help her better compete with her contemporary Juno in the healing department, but in the damage department, she has a new breakpoint, right? So now she can 3-tap 225 HP heroes. Specifically, I mean, like, Juno is one of those. That's a really relevant matchup right now. But she also will be 2-tapping, like your Moiras and your Lucios, and whoever else got hit by the health nerds. Echo, which, like, these are relevant. Like, the characters that she is good against, a lot of them, or, like, this would be good against, it is relevant. So, I think since Brig didn't get touched in this patch, and Ana getting buffed like this, and Juno getting another slap on the wrist, I think Ana will be a little more playable, but Juno, I don't think is going to go anywhere. Even though her ult cost was increased by 10%, the ult is still as good as it was at the beginning of the or no, actually there was a patch mid-cycle, wasn't there? But it's still very good. It's still a very, very relevant ult. Just because it comes up a little less frequent does not mean that Juno is not super powerful still at the moment. But getting another relevant character that could do her job more in the mix can help break up the staleness, I think, of some of these Juno metas. Brig will always be played, though. That's gonna, like, Brig will be there for the most part all the time. Okay, Kiri actually got a couple of sizable buffs as well. Kunai are going to come out faster, so you can fire more, higher DPS technically. Swift Step is now on 7 seconds, back to 7 seconds. This is extremely relevant. I think out of all the changes, this one matters the most, right? This is key to her survivability. Those few seconds matter. And this is a big one for her. So definitely look out for that. And of course, Suzu, cooldown reduced from 15 to 14. Again, it is a buff. It's not super duper sizable, not nearly as much as what Swift Step provides, but invulnerability button being less is always better. So Kiri may also find her way back up. I'm not exactly sure. And we'll have to see. I think this is an interesting one because these are just buffs straight up across the board. I'm here for it. I think it's okay. Maybe the Swift Step. Honestly, I don't know how much I like the cooldown reductions, to be honest with you. I do like the recovery time on Kunai, though. Make it feel a little better. That is okay. Okay. And I think... Oh, not finally. Okay. So Life Weaver. Life Grip got a 1 second reduction on cooldown, which is, again, pretty whatever. The healing on it was increased from 50 to 75. I think this is a lot more relevant. Because, just getting 75 burst healing on top of whatever he was charging up in that time too. That's a lot of burst healing on a 18 second, like every 18 seconds, basically. So, will he be good? Probably not. I doubt it. But, also the Tree of Life got a time before overhealth begins to drain. So you get overhealth from the tree if you're at full. But if you go out of its range, it would start decaying at 2.5 seconds. Now it starts decaying at 6 seconds. What is this good for? Well, it means that you can use the tree, but you don't have to stay by the tree to get a lot of value, right? You can push up and have that extra overhealth in a more relevant scenario if the team decides not to fight you on the tree. This, I think, is an actual really good change for Tree of Life. It makes it much more... I'm not going to say much more versatile, but you get to use it in more ways, and you don't have to be glued to it to get its full value, which is really, really crucial as well. So Life Weaver, I think these are both nice. We'll have to see how they actually play out, but I'm here for both these, especially this ult change. I think this is really good. Moira wasn't that adversely affected by the move to 225. She's just getting more self-healing from Biotic Grasp, so some of her survivability went down because of her 225 HP. And I think that she was the random one who also got hit as well. So she gets a little bit of that self-survivability back. So that's fine, whatever. It's okay. Also, one thing to know, I don't think it's listed here. They fixed the replay viewer. There was like a weird health bar bug in the replay viewer that a lot of people were complaining about, especially people who went back and got VODs from professional matches like OBS Sojourn. So they fixed that, and people are very, very happy about that. So that's also something you should know. But with that very quick video, that's it. I like this patch, I guess. There's nothing in here that sticks out to me, and a couple of nice quality of life changes. The only things that really stick out are like no Ori again, no Brig again. So that's kind of whatever, but I think these are fine. They're nothing like tips the needle too much. There's nothing wrong, I don't think, with this patch. Especially there's a couple characters got some nice stuff that they needed as well. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. This was Stream Live, twitch.tv/LaneHemingway. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel first. I forgot about that. Anyways, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Let me know. Comment down below which of these changes you like, which ones you don't. I love to hear back from you guys. And like the video while you're at it. And of course, join my Discord down below. I am giving away some Twitch subs to my channel. Everything you need to know is down there in that Discord. It's a bit of a contest giveaway type thing. But that is all I have got for you today. Thank you guys so much for watching.